This 18-hole par 3 course in Riviera Maya, Mexico is no gimme.
This is Golf Smarter.
Welcome to the Golf Smarter podcast, Rocio. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you so much for the golf. It was a very difficult golf course.
Yes, it is.
And I know that you're having trouble with English, so I'll try to keep this as clean and simple as I possibly can, which isn't always easy to do when we're talking about golf. But I did take a lot of video on the course, and I'll be playing some of the videos throughout this interview. This is Vidanta Golf at Riviera Maya, just north of Playa del Carmen, south of Cancun in Mexico, on the east coast of Mexico. And this is a really fun little course. Not little at all, because it is 18 holes, but it's par 3 on every hole. The last hole we just played, 223 yards over water, which means I got a 7 because I lost the first ball and then just kept making mistakes on the green and around the green. I didn't land the green my second shot. We're on hole number 4 now. It's 160 yards, again, over water. So they don't make it easy on you, but it sure is fun. And we'll take you for a tour of it with photos and video as we progress. It was a beautiful day. It was very hot outside.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm not used to humidity like this. It was very difficult, and it's very draining. You got to keep drinking a lot of water.
Yeah.
Because it can be very draining. Tell me how old this golf course is, and tell me about the whole property.
Well, this golf course opened from September 2015. I'm sorry, 2003.
2003?
Yeah. So it was designed by Nicklaus Design.
Jack Nicklaus Design?
Jack Nicklaus Design. It's very interesting because all the holes are par 3. So very challenge, very precision. Sometimes the people ask, well, why not is a par 72? Besides Jack Nicklaus, well, I like, sometimes the people say, I like a regular golf course. But when play here, go up, surprise. It's very nice, very interesting, have a lot of fun. So
It was very good. I'll tell you, I've played a lot of golf courses. I've played very difficult courses, and this is one of the more difficult golf courses I've ever played. Even though it's par 3, and gee, you think par 3, I'm going to just walk away with par on every hole. Doesn't happen. You have some holes that are, when you play the blacks, and the total on the blacks is only 29-23, and again, it's a par 54. But from the blacks, you have holes that starts at 121 yards, and then you have number 4 is 223 yards. Let's see a little video from that one right here. That's fine. I didn't get wet and I stayed left of it, so I still got a way to go. Any other day of the week, I'd be very happy with a 35 on the front. But this is a par 3 course, so it's only 27 for par. So what happened was a couple pars, 1 birdie, but getting the ball with the water and the different kind of grass that I'm used to playing, a lot of wind. Hey, listen, even though it's a par 3 course, you're not going to shoot par every time. That's just how this game works. So don't worry if it's not par 4s and 5s. This is a lot of fun.
did you play the 14? It's very
Yeah, 13 and 14 were very difficult. Number
I love
13.
it.
You do? Yeah.
My favorite course that.
Those are your favorite?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I need to cross the water.
Yeah.
And it's big.
Well, you need to collect a lot of golf balls for the golf course, so your driving range, because there's a lot of water and it's a long hole.
Yeah.
Number 13 is 276 yards. There's a little video from that too. Well, this is going to be interesting. Here's a par 3, 276 yards from the black. Okay, I'm taking out my driver. Let's see what happens here. Oh, I'd love to report back to you that long par 3 was doable, but I definitely had to lay up. My driver just went about 230. Wind was in our face, no excuse. And then I two-putt, so I bogeyed the hole, but that's not as bad as I'm stepping into the bunker here of the next hole, which is only 195 yards, but it's completely over water, and I have lost 4 balls trying to get there, and I have friends like this to help me. And he's out of here. Having a lot of fun, sweating a ton here. It's very humid as well, but still, I'm playing golf on vacation. How awful is that, right?
And people say, why not this a par 4?
Right, when's the par 4?
No,
there
it's
is
a
no
par
par 4.
3.
It's a par 3. So you really, and even on number 13, that's 276 yards, it should be a par 4. I don't know how it's not a par 4. So I took out my driver and didn't do it, and the heat was starting to get to me, and then I found number 14 to be even more difficult. Even 14 is only 195 yards. It's over water. I lost 4 balls on that hole. I just kept hitting it in the water. It was like tin cup. So the cool thing about this golf course is that it's in the middle of the jungle here on the peninsula in Mexico. And so not only is there a lot of chances to lose your ball and you don't want to go hunting for it here in the jungle, but you got a lot of water as well, and it definitely is coming into play on so many of these holes. But did I mention it's a beautiful day here, which means it's really hot. It's very hot, big clouds, high humidity, but because of big blue sky, the heat is bearing down on you. It's kind of crazy. I brought a dozen golf balls with me today. I'm going home with no golf balls. I used all of them on my one day of golf.
Well, this, I don't know if you know other golf courses, but this is a replica of the Southgrass in California, the 18th hole.
Yeah. So the grass?
No, the Southgrass, the Southgrass.
Sawgrass.
Southgrass.
Yeah, the course is in beautiful shape. The greens are quick. Now, this is part of what Grand Mayan, or what is the name of the whole property?
Vidanta.
Vidanta.
Vidanta, Riviera Maya.
Right, Riviera Maya. So we're on the Riviera coast of Mexico. We're on the east coast in Cancun. All right, south of Cancun, north of Playa del Carmen.
It's in the middle.
It's in the middle.
Cancun is up north.
Right.
We are in the middle, and maybe Tulum is up south of the.
And Playa del Carmen is south as well? Farther or?
In the center also.
Oh, it's in the center. Okay. How many hotels are here on the whole Vedanta property?
Well, we have Mayan Palace,
Mayan Palace,
the Bliss,
the Bliss,
the Grand Bliss,
the Grand Bliss,
the Grand Mayan,
the Grand Mayan,
and the Grand Lux.
and the Grand Lux.
The Grand Lux.
Right,
Exactly.
and 5. And you can go anywhere when you're here. And what I really loved is that the golf course is next to the main road that goes north and south on the Yucatan Peninsula, but the golf course is in between the main road and all the hotels and the swimming pools, the most enormous swimming pools I've ever seen, and then the ocean. You have the Caribbean right there, so you're really separated and you feel very secure, very safe. And there's so much you can do. There's so many restaurants on the property. You can eat anywhere. Okay, so I'm on number 17. Check it out. You can see it just over my shoulder there. Yes, there's a bunker in the middle of the green. The people I'm playing with call it the donut hole. They've played here for the last 3 days. But the green funnels down, and if you hit behind the bunker in the green, it'll roll around to the front of the green if the flag's there. Our flag was on the left, didn't even come close. But I think this is one of the more interesting holes I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of restaurants. We have many specialties, from French food, Italian.
Asian.
Restaurant is for snacks, and in the night is tacos.
Tacos? Oh, taco stand,
yeah.
yes. So yeah, there's a couple of restaurants here that are, during the day it's one thing and at night it becomes a different,
Yeah.
like balche and fritas.
Exactly.
Right.
Then the
It's a different menu.
morning, exactly.
It's a different menu.
Many options for all the guests.
Many options. So highly recommend you check this place out. You're gonna love the golf. Bring a lot of golf balls. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense to bring a lot of golf balls to a par 3, but it is a wonderful golf course, and I know it's a struggle for you to communicate about the golf course, but thank you so much. You've done a great job. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Welcome.
I just finished 18. There's water all around the green on there. 195-yard par 3. Lost 4 balls in the water. And I have completely run out of golf balls. I'll tell you something. Even though it's a par 3, this may be one of the most difficult courses I've ever played. I played Pebble Beach. I found this to be a lot tougher because everything's a par 3. There's no forgiveness anywhere. And the holes range from 92 yards to 273 yards. All par 3, a challenging course. Highly recommend if you ever come down to the Yucatan Peninsula and down south of Cancun. Really enjoyed it. I think you should check it out. Click on the link below to subscribe to our free weekly interviews on the Golf Smarter podcast at golfsmarter.com.